Kaito enters the dark Amazon Valley as heavy rain falls and storm clouds gather under a twilight sky. The giant serpent Abyssus emerges from dark shadows with emerald scales glistening.
Predatory golden eyes scan the misty jungle as steam puffs from nostrils with a cold and ancient intelligence.
Kaito stands alone in a muddy clearing, roaring with defiance against the raging storm and heavy mountain rain. The massive emerald serpent lunges from the thick green undergrowth, moving toward Kaito with incredible and terrifying speed.
Kaito raises his massive fists in a defensive posture as Abyssus closes the distance for a deadly strike.
The first powerful coil wraps tightly around Kaito's leg, causing the ground to crack under the immense pressure. Kaito roars in deep pain and surprise as the initial constriction throws his massive body off its balance. Powerful serpent coils envelop Kaito's torso, lifting his massive body completely off the wet and muddy forest ground. Kaito is fully entrapped by the giant snake as his muscles bulge against the scales from extreme constriction. The armor-like scales of Abyssus tighten around Kaito's bicep, showing incredible detail of the immense and crushing pressure.
A Monarch HUD appears displaying biometric data as constriction metrics flash from blue to a dangerous warning orange.
Kaito lets out a choked roar while pushing his hands against the unmoving and deadly coils of Abyssus.
Bioluminescent purple energy begins to glow from within Kaito's chest, pulsing through his straining and massive pectoral muscles. Purple primal energy flares brightly as Kaito surges with power, forcing the coils to loosen ever so slightly. Abyssus retaliates by tightening its grip, causing the air to warp and shimmer from the powerful constriction field. Nearby bedrock cracks and splinters under the invisible and intense pressure generated by the constriction field of Abyssus. Shaky camera visuals simulate the hissing vortex as a low-frequency sound from Abyssus vibrates the entire jungle environment. Kaito shakes his head in deep pain, clearly disoriented by the intense sonic assault from the giant serpent. Kaito's massive shoulder visibly deforms under the crushing pressure from a single powerful coil of the giant Abyssus. Thick green fluid seeps from Kaito's shoulder injury, trickling down his muddy fur in this extreme macro shot.
The purple energy in Kaito's chest flickers and dims erratically, showing that his immense strength is quickly fading.
Kaito is held almost motionless within the coils as his body goes limp with extreme and painful exhaustion. Kaito's eyes slowly close, showing his surrender to the overwhelming force as he reaches the brink of defeat. The Monarch Chud reappears suddenly, with scanning lines sweeping across the massive and powerful body of the serpent. The HUD scanner locks onto the underbelly as an orange targeting box labels the critical ventral heat core.
Kaito's blurry vision sees the highlighted target on the HUD as a final chance for his ultimate survival.
Kaito's eyes snap wide open as a fierce spark of survival instinct reignites within his strong warrior spirit. Flickering purple energy in Kaito's chest stabilizes and begins to glow with a renewed and very focused intensity. Kaito takes a deep, ragged breath as his chest expands powerfully against the constricting coils of the serpent. Kaito begins a difficult rotation of his upper body to position his head toward the marked weak spot. Muscles on Kaito's back and shoulders strain to their absolute limit, showing the incredible effort of his struggle. Abyssus senses resistance and tightens its grip as its massive head turns back to hiss furiously at Kaito. A faint orange-yellow heat is visible between the massive scales where the ventral heat core is located now. Kaito ignores the hiss with intense focus as his eyes lock on the target he is almost reaching. With a final roar, Kaito twists the last inch, aligning his mouth directly over the serpent heat core. Kaito opens his mouth wide, revealing massive teeth, poised for the decisive and final strike against his enemy. Tension builds in the air as Kaito begins to lower his head for the bite in slow motion. Kaito's teeth make contact with the tough scales as sparks fly while they pierce the thick serpent armor.
Kaito's teeth puncture the glowing biological structure of the ventral heat core deep inside the massive serpent body.
Purple primal energy channels from Kaito's chest through his jaw and directly into the ventral heat core now. Abysis convulses violently, letting out a deafening shriek of agony that echoes through the entire rainy mountain valley.
The orange-yellow glow of the heat core flashes erratically, becoming intensely bright and dangerous as it superheats now.
The massive coils around Kaito start to slacken involuntarily as Abysis loses its muscular control and life force.
Steam and volatile energy vent from between the scales as the entire body of Abysis glows from within.
Kaito releases his bite, stumbling back as Abysis thrashes in chaotic death throes within the dark, rainy jungle.
An internal energy detonation occurs within Abysis, creating a shockwave that throws Kaito backwards into the wet mud. The immense, lifeless body of Abysis, scorched and smoking, begins its slow, heavy collapse to the forest floor. The camera shakes violently as weight of Abysis impacts the ground. A panoramic shot shows Kaito and the defeated corpse of Abysis amidst destruction as rain continues to fall. Kaito pants heavily, utterly exhausted but alive. The purple energy glow has now faded away completely. Kaito attempts to stand, but his legs give way, and he slumps to one knee with his spent body. Panning across deep wounds on Kaito's body focuses on the injured shoulder still oozing thick and green fluid.
Kaito raises his head to the stormy sky as a weak but triumphant roar escapes from his throat.
Rain falls on the still form of Abysis as the only sounds are the storm and Kaito's breathing.
From Kaito's point of view, a tiny pinprick of orange light appears within the distant and dense rainfall. The orange light source moves closer, revealing a small, sleek drone hovering silently in the rain, observing Kaito. A thin orange laser line emits from the drone, sweeping across the battlefield and passing over exhausted Kaito.
The laser line glides over the massive corpse of Abysis, pausing momentarily before continuing its detailed jungle scan.
The orange laser line sweeps up the kneeling form of Kaito, moving from his feet to his chest.
Kaito feels the scan and slowly raises his head, narrowing his eyes at the hovering drone with unease.
Kaito watches as the drone pivots and shoots away into darkness, with its orange light disappearing into storm.
A deep mechanical humming sound begins to build around Kaito, growing louder and more resonant than mountain thunder.
Kaito looks on with alarm as treetops in the distance begin to shake and snap from something colossal. Exhaustion is replaced by alarm and disbelief as Kaito listens to the terrifying and approaching mechanical humming sound. Two large glowing orange optical sensors ignite in the darkness beyond the tree line, fixing their gaze on Kaito.
Lightning illuminates a fraction of a giant mechanical silhouette, revealing a massive and very powerful metallic robot foot.
The metallic foot stomps down with a ground-shaking impact that causes exhausted Kaito to stagger back in fear. A slow tilt-up reveals a colossal, heavily armored mechanical leg, bristling with many complex cables and powerful pistons. A colossal mechanical robot steps fully out of the jungle, with its massive frame now towering over Kaito. Kaito looks up at the menacing form of the colossal mechanical robot as rain streams down its chassis.
Glowing orange optical sensors of the colossal mechanical robot fixate on Kaito.
Kaito's eyes reflect the orange glow as his victory is overshadowed by the dawn of a terrible fight.
Wounded Kaito faces the immense silhouette of the colossal mechanical robot in the raging storm before cutting black.